Microphone attendant number 1.
Chair, I would like to introduce Michael Sanderson.
Thank you. Mr Sanderson, welcome.
These short people.
I'm fine with that.
Sorry, be aware I've had 3 hours sleep. I'd like to make a comment to start with, and I'm reading from my handwritten notes and my handwriting is atrocious. I'd like to make a comment about the real environmental, social and governance risk. I arrived home last night at 9:30 p.m. after attending the Westpac AGM in Brisbane. I live in Pellor, Maine in the Hunter Valley, which was threatened by a catastrophic bushfire event yesterday. I was met by half a dozen fire trucks and approximately 50 exhausted firefighters at the end of the street when I got home. They, the police, the SES, the volunteers and others received no additional reward to clean up the global mess of big money and big business. That's a comment. My question, funnily enough, relates to ESG. In 2021, ESG risks, including climate change, were added to the group's risk management framework for the first time under the category called sustainability risk. According to the 2022 CDP Climate Change Disclosure Statement, Chief Executive Ross McEwan received a monetary reward for company performance against a climate-related sustainability index. Could you confirm whether the reduction in energy use across the group was a factor in determining Mr McEwan's latest bonus for delivery of annual goals that drive the group's strategy? If so, what was the weighting of this factor as part of the entire amount? And how many other executives and staff are assessed for bonuses using the sustainability risk category?
Just to explain the remuneration framework, the group performance indicator, which is the overall score that we assess everybody in the company against, which effectively drives the way we fund variable remuneration, does not explicitly have those items in it, but they are part of the overall accountability of the chief executive. This year, as I mentioned in my speech, the categories that were covered were employee, were customer. There was some what we call safe growth initiatives, so they do relate to our control environment, and there were some financial measures, and that overall outcome was 90. So then for everyone who's receives a variable award in the company, started off at 90% of their target, and then based on their individual performance would receive either a little more or a little less than that 90. In Ross's case, he was assessed at having performed at 1.2 times his outcome, so therefore he got 90 times 12, which I think when I went to school was about 108. So Ross's outcome was 1.08%, 108% of his target. There's no explicit link to our energy usage in that number, other than as part of the overall assessment of Ross's performance, delivery against our sustainability goals is taken into account.